All right, I am super honored that you guys chose to spend your time tonight on a lovely, what day is it? Is it Tuesday? It is Tuesday, with me, and I hope that you find some value within what I'm about to share with you. I was just saying how much I absolutely love this profession. It just, let me see if I can change this here. I fell in love with it 5 years ago, and the more that I do it, the more I'm in love with what we do. And so you guys are brave for doing this. It's such a unique thing. A lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people have a certain opinion of it. They judge it in a different way. And so kudos to you for embarking on this journey. Like I said, I really want to pack some value in this for you guys tonight. What I did was I went ahead and took a series of questions that people already asked, and I made sure that I had enough content prepared because I really want to give you as much as possible. And then at the end, I definitely would like to open it up as well for some more questions that if you guys have any that, just come to your mind or that you didn't get to ask in the groups, as well as in the chat bar here. So, all right, so let's get started. I'm actually going to share my screen because I went ahead, I got in teacher mode today, guys. I was like, ooh, I'm like really excited for this. So don't be alarmed by my crazy screen. But anyone else have like the 20 tabs open at the top? Yeah, that's so actually, that's a really bad thing. I'm in this productivity course from Darren Hardy. Anyone familiar with Darren Hardy? And that's one of the things he says like not to do. So shame on me. But here we are. Okay, so let me get this in presentation mode and we'll get rocking and rolling. All right, let me minimize this. Oh, make it even smaller. Okay, well again, thank you guys so much and welcome. I want to give you, like I said, as much value as I can, so let's jump right into this. So I don't know how you found me, but I just want to tell a little bit about me and why I'm even doing something like this, right? I don't know how many webinars or different things you've ever hopped on in the past, but just all these opt-ins for these free trainings, right? And so I just want to make sure that you know a little bit about me and where I'm coming from with this background and this knowledge. So I am a wife. I'm a mom of 3. We have a 16-week-old who'll be 17 weeks old this week. And I own 3 different businesses. And so I fell in love with the network marketing industry. That was my very first business. And I love what this industry does for you because I really think if you're a true entrepreneur, it opens up the window to so many other opportunities. And that's like a whole next level. That's like 2.0 passion of mine, is helping people get their network marketing businesses grounded and stable, and then figuring out what else do you want to do, right? Because if you build a brand the way that I have and the way that I teach, you'll be able to literally do anything that your heart desires. So I am wildly passionate about 3 things. I'm a Scorpio. Anyone else is Scorpio here? We're pretty intense people, but faith, family, and women in business. I love, love, love helping women within business. So there's my family there. If you follow me on social media, you probably see their pictures, but there they are, and they just are my world, and it's why I embarked on this journey to begin with. I desperately wanted to stay home with our oldest, who is now 5. And so if you are a mom and you want to make this your full-time job, I totally get where you are, and I just want to encourage you that you can do this. All right, so a little walk down memory lane for me, because some days, just like we all get that fear of, do I have the right to even like do this? I mean, I had that, like, I've been having people ask me for years to train on network marketing, and I have put together different things for my team. I put together different things for, actually I just got back from a company event last week, and I was on a panel there. I've done trainings for my previous company as well. And so it's like, sometimes we just have to pat ourselves on the back. And so not only that, but I do want to just let you know, like, I'm not just blowing smoke at you. I want to just tell you, what is possible with this industry and, where my passion comes from. So I've been able to take my family literally all over the world. the Bahamas, Costa Rica, Cabo, Disney World, like so many different places, which is just so cool. You see my kids, like Nico up in that top corner. That's one of my all-time favorite pictures. I earned a cruise. And so it's been such a fun thing to be able to travel with my family. I personally have been able to go to Hawaii and train. I've trained all over the country for different things as well, just with corporate wise. I have built teams over $14 million, so not shabby. I myself have been ranked in the top of 2 separate companies. Just last week, I was ranked #1 in a certain category, and so honored to have received that like award. I didn't even know. The last 7 months has been a little bit wild, a little bit crazy with a newborn and change in business and whatnot. But it just really reignited my fire for this industry, and I want to share everything that I know. In the bottom corner, I've earned a car. I've been featured in a magazine, and so it's just a bunch of different things. So I'm not here blowing smoke at you. Like, I am legit super obsessed with this business and the business model, and I want to help you succeed and earn all the things that you want, whether it's trips, whether it's money, whether it's titles. We're all driven by different things, whether you have certain programs within your company. I really want to see you achieve what I always refer to as your God-sized dreams. So one of the first questions that is kind of it's one of those questions. It's like, there's not really a simple answer, but how do you grow your social media presence? And so I wanted to show a little picture of you guys just to let you know, listen, I started this business in 2014. I had no clue what I was doing. I had no social media presence. I mean, it's funny. I look back on the memories, and sometimes I'll see even me posting like negative comments. And I'm like, oh, and you'll see like there was zero likes, 0 comments, you know? I'm like, people don't like negativity. But I do love quotes. I always have. And so in 2015, I posted this quote, got 20 likes, no comments, and 2 shares. That's actually okay, right? But I had already been in business for a whole year. I had been sharing a whole year on social media my whole life. And that's the kind of engagement that I got. Let's fast forward to 2019. I just posted this I think last week. 248 likes, 49 comments, 17 shares. So the question is always, how do you get there? How many of you would like to have that kind of engagement on your social media? I remember seeing people in the industry have that and thought, gosh, like, how do I get there? How do those people like respond to her, and how do they like her? And oh my gosh, everything she posts is so perfect. I just want you to know there are lots of these pictures with like 0 likes and no comments, or maybe 5 likes and no. So I have a lot of these too. I just want to show you that I am no more different than you. I am no more special than you. We all have our gifts. We all have our talents, but you totally can do this. And I want to tell you some of my tips how. So here are my top 5 tips for growing your social media presence. I literally could do a training on this topic alone for like an entire weekend. Actually, one of the courses that I am going to be launching is just about this specifically. And so number 1 is define your brand. And I think that sometimes freaks people out because they think brand. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm like a brand. All a brand is like what you represent, right? So it's just a fancy word for you. What do you represent? So when you define your brand and you know who you are and who you are talking to, we oftentimes think that we have to talk to everybody. And the problem with that is when you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. And what I find in this industry is people are trying to talk to everybody because they're desperate for customers and for team members, that they really don't ever figure out who they're actually talking to. So defining your brand, what are you about? What are the things you're passionate about? That's number 1. And number 2 is identifying your ideal client, not a breathing person with a heartbeat, right? That's not what you're looking for. You should have in your mind every time you are posting on social media, you should have in your mind the woman that you are exactly posting that post for. Like, you want her to resonate with that post. You either want her to feel emotional about it, you want her to laugh at it, you want her to be inspired by it, you want her to be educated by it, something. But there literally should be one person in your mind that is your ideal client, and every time you post on social media, you want to be as if you're talking to that person, and everybody else, it's okay if they don't see it. So when you can identify who your ideal client is, your business will change. You don't want to reach everybody. You want to reach the people who are like you. So when I am posting to the mom who has some kind of faith and who has a business. Like, that's the woman that I am posting to all the time. I actually have an exercise that I do with clients about this, where we create what we call an avatar, and we literally, I did this for years, I have a picture of what she looks like, and I have all these different things, what makes her her, so that when I go to post, I can reference these things so I remember who I'm actually talking to. Number 3, how do you grow your presence? You guys, you have to add value. And the way you add value is by figuring out what your ideal client wants, right? And so you can do that through live videos. You can do that through inspirational posts. You can do that through tutorials on things. I mean, there's so many ways to add value, but mine tends to be inspiration. I want to give people hope, specifically women who want to build a business. I want to give them hope. And so I am encouraging often. I do trainings like this, right? So when you add value, people want to watch you. And then again, I can do a whole training just on how to figure out what kind of value you're going to add to your audience. Number 4, be true to you. I remember being fake on social media, and not because I was trying to be fake. It was just, I think I was scared to be who I was. And I'm telling you, the more authentic to who you are, whether it's you believe certain things, you are passionate about certain things that aren't, the norm or whatever, the more true to you are, the more you're going to attract people to you who are your people, right? So we always say your vibe attracts your tribe. And the more true to yourself that you can be, the more you're going to attract the right people to you, both clients and both team members. And here's number 5. Be consistent. Like, this is probably number 1. Over the last 5 years, minus the last 7 months, because I've just gone through a crazy transition in my life, I had posted on social media every single day. And even in the last 7 months, when I was going through a major life change, major emotional, just a very dark time in my life, it was very, very, very challenging for me to actually post on social media the last 7 months. But I maybe missed like 5 days. And so out of 5 years, to only miss about 5 days, not too shabby. You guys, consistency. People are watching. Whether you think they are or not, they're watching. And so your job is to be consistent. All right. So that's my top 5 for that. I'd love to hear any takeaways or anything you guys have to add. I can't see the chat right at the moment, but I'm going to keep rolling through these because I want to make sure I get to the questions that were asked prior to, and then we'll do some other ones. All right. So one of these questions that I got from one of you was, can you tell me how to expand your network outside of your warm market? I get this all the time, right? How do you go from having 300 friends on Facebook to having 3,000 friends on Facebook, right? So number 1, make your social media public, right? If you have an Instagram, if you have a Facebook account, whatever it is, it's got to be public, because you want your friends of friends of friends to be able to like it, comment, share it. And oftentimes I find people get into this industry and their pages aren't public. Now here's where I always get some people to say, hey, my husband has, a specific kind of job we're not allowed, or I'm just worried about my kids. I'm just telling you from experience, the way everybody has their own thing, and I get that. But if you're utilizing social media to build your presence, then you need to find a platform that you're comfortable sharing, and only share the things that you're comfortable sharing. You don't have to share everything, but there's really no way around expanding your network if you're going to have everything private. So that's kind of a no-brainer, but just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that, because a lot of people get into the industry. Even in my current team, people will say, hey, can I get some love on this post? You're like, yeah, but I can't see it because your page is not public. I can't see what it says. All right, number 2, Facebook interest groups. Pick your hobbies. What do you like? Are you a twin mom? Go in. Well, that's for you, Bethany. If you're a twin mom, go and find twin groups. And if you are passionate about, so I'm in groups like I have a Cricut. Does anyone have a Cricut? I love making shirts. Actually, that's one of my businesses. I have a faith-based apparel business. And so it started from me just having a hobby of using my Cricut machine. And so I've created friendships within this group. Now, I'm not saying go to these groups specifically just to try to get people to buy your products and to join your team. No. I mean, utilize these groups because these are things you're interested in genuinely. Like authentically, you like them anyways. And so when you get to connect with other people within your passions and your hobbies, it's just a very natural progression to have a relationship with them. So Facebook interest groups are a great way to expand your network. Number 3 is live videos, and I can hear my kids are getting ready to go to bed, and stories. So stories are a huge thing right now, especially on Instagram, and now Facebook's incorporating it. If you didn't know, Facebook bought Instagram, right? Mark Zuckerberg's taking over the world. And so stories are a great way to get people exposed to you and who you are and your products. And I could do a whole training on stories and live videos, both of those in and of itself, which will be something that I'll talk about a little later. I literally could hone in on all of these different things for at least an hour, but for the sake of time, I'm just giving you a quick down and dirty run through, but hopefully these will give you some ideas. Number 4, I think most people in our industry don't utilize referrals nearly enough. Our team has started doing something we call host a post. And so it's basically where you go to your customer and you say, hey, would you be willing to post on your wall so that I can help you? Now, the company that I'm with has a referral program, but any of you can create your own type of incentive for your customer to do so. But you as a customer, I'm like, hey, you love the products. You are seeing results with the products. Would you mind posting on your wall and sharing with your friends? You will then get a kickback if your friends then become a customer. So utilize that. That's such a good thing that my team is seeing incredible results from, and everybody wins. You win as whatever you're doing as a network marketing professional. Your customer wins because they're getting something for it, and then their friends win because they're being exposed to your amazing products or services. And then number 5, you guys, I know that, we all want people to reach out to us, and that truly is the ultimate goal. And I am so grateful that I have been consistent and I've been able to really build a network and build relationships with people, that I do have a lot of people who come to me. Like literally they come to me. Like my inbox is full every single day of questions from people about the business and about products. But it's not to say that I'm not ever reaching out to people. And just be confident. Be confident in yourself. Be confident in your company, and be confident in the fact that you have a gift to offer people. So when Facebook says you might know so-and-so because you have 10 friends, right? In the very beginning of my business, I would friend all those people, and whether they accepted it or not, right? I would connect with my friends' friends often. And so never with the agenda to be spammy or just trying to get them on my team or just to sell to them, but really being confident that I am of value. I add value to social media every single day in some way, shape, or form. And I'm going to add value to the people's lives that I connect, even if it's just being kind, right? And so be confident in who you are. Be bold, reach out to people. And I'm not saying cold message and be annoying and be spammy and, hey, join my team, hey, buy my products, but be confident that when you can build relationships with people. And then the other thing, I just put their bonus, pay to play. Listen, we are in business, and once you get to a place in your business where you're ready to invest in some marketing, now here's where I differentiate between some trainings. And so I had built all of my social media grassroots, like not paying for ads. I did play around a little bit for probably about 6 months with my business page on Facebook, which has about 13,000, almost, or it has about 14,000 people following that page. But you really do have to get to a place where you're kind of paying to play. Now, you don't have to pay a lot. And that, again, is a whole other training. But I just want you to know that, like, if you're ready for that, seek out the right kind of trainings for that and pay to play. All right. I'm just like going through all this together. Another question I got. Okay. Time management. All right, guys, raise your hand if you struggle with time management. Like, I think we all do. And I'm actually doing a course, like I said, right now about being insanely productive. And I have so much information I could share on that alone, but let's just go through these 5 tips right here. Number 1, you need to identify your IPAs. And what that stands for is income producing activities. Let's be real. So many of us get on social media and we waste time. We are not doing the things that actually make us money. And so you need to identify what is it in your business that you need to do that actually generates revenue. And then you need to do those things within the time you have allotted before you're doing anything else. So it's like oxygen, right? What is the oxygen to your business? What is going to be the absolute must that you have to do? Because let's be honest, we could literally work all day long. We could find something to do if we wanted to. People think because I do this full time that, oh, I just have all the time in the world. Let me tell you, it was actually easier for me to run my business when I had a full-time job and was building this on the side because I had to be more disciplined with my time. So be disciplined with your time by identifying your income-producing activities and make sure you're doing those every day, no matter what. My second tip for this is to have set business hours. You cannot leave it to chance whether or not you're going to work your business that day. So maybe it's you get up early and you do it. Maybe you do it on your lunch break. Maybe you do it, you stay up an hour later after you put your kids down. Maybe you hire a sitter who watches your kids for 2 hours a day so that you can do your business. It's going to look a little different for everybody depending on what your family situation is, what your work situation is, but you have got to have set business hours. Don't just leave it to chance that you're actually going to work your business that day. And this is a bonus to that. Have a set place, like have an office, somewhere where it's like your sacred space where you work. Don't just work from the couch. It's really easy to get lazy when you're just sitting on the couch with your laptop or your phone. While it's nice because you can, I definitely recommend everybody to treat your business like a business, not like a hobby. If you want to get paid like a business, treat it like a business. If you want to get paid like a hobby, then certainly you could treat it like a hobby. So the next one is to turn off all your distractions. All right, write this down. Somebody write this down in the comments. It is called Newsfeed Eradicator. If you don't have that as an extension on your Google Chrome, you need to add it. Newsfeed Eradicator. It takes away your Facebook timeline so that you can't see it unless you go in intentionally to look at it. And so basically, guys, Instagram, Facebook, email, text messages, all that stuff. Put that stuff away. Turn off your notifications. I actually am going through this course right now, and I literally have no notifications. So I don't even know when somebody text messages me. I have to intentionally go into my phone so it doesn't buzz anymore. It doesn't show the little number anymore unless I go into my phone. It has been a game changer. The statistics from how we are literally wasting away our lives because of digital technology is absolutely scary. Imagine where our kids are going to be in 10 years. I have so many statistics I could throw out at you, and maybe I could throw some of those at you later if you'd like. But let me just tell you, it's alarming, and it's literally made me completely look at my phone and my computer very different. And so I think if we could just turn off the distractions and actually get focused, we could do a whole lot more work. Having a calendar. This was hard for me because I'm just kind of a fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl. But this kind of goes back to having set business hours. Listen, you can't leave it to chance what you're doing when you're doing it. Have a calendar. right? If you fail to plan, then you're just planning to fail. And we've probably heard that quote before, but it's so true. So have a calendar, have set business hours, know what you're doing, when you're doing. Are you going live on Tuesdays? Are you going live on Fridays? When, what, all of those things matter. And so knowing what you're doing and when will totally help you save time so you're not wasting it. And then I don't know if any of you have heard of these before, but power hours. Power hours are basically when you sit down and you laser focus on specific activities, mostly back to that number one, that income producing activity. And I'm actually going to give you, I think it's in my next slide, what that looks like. No, is it in my next slide? Hold on. No. So hold on. I'll give you what a power hour looks like real quick. Write these down. Number one, these are the things that I like to do in a power hour with my team, and sometimes I just do them by myself. Because listen, let's be real, we all have limited time. So we want to make sure that we are doing we're getting the most bang for our buck in our time. So one, you always should be expanding your network. Always expand your network. You're going to run out of people. So you have to do that in some way, shape, or form, expand your network. Number two is you need to be engaging with people. Like have a genuine interest in somebody's life and go to their social media, interact with them. Who cares if they're buying from you or joining your team? That's irrelevant. This business is about relationships, and it's about just getting to know people. And I can't tell you how many people who've been watching me for literally 4 or 5 years who finally decide that they're ready to do it, right? And it just takes time. So in your power hour, connect with people, leave comments on their social media, get to know what they're doing, what they're about, what they're passionate about, and be involved in their life, because you expect them to be involved in yours, and that's why you're posting on social media, right? But yet we don't oftentimes do that with other people. The next thing you need to do is you need to invite. You have to be letting people know that you have products and or a service that is of value to them. You have to invite people to check it out. There are a number of ways to do that. Then the next thing is you've got to invite people to your business opportunity. If that is what you're trying to take advantage of in network marketing, building a team, right? Building your empire. You've got to let people know that you are looking for team members. And again, I have so much information on that. Recruiting is my number one thing. It's my biggest passion. And then the last thing you need to be doing in a power hour is following up with people. Following up. It's the number one reason why most people fail, because so many people get the courage to actually reach out, or they get the courage to invite somebody, or they get the courage to send, some information, and then they don't follow up. And 90% of sales are lost because nobody follows up. And so following up should probably be your number one priority. I feel like I need to see your faces, or I need to see something, because I'm going to stop sharing for a second and go back to this. I just want to see where you guys are. If you have any questions, I want to make sure I answer them. I'm going to mute all again unless somebody has a question. Bethany, your social media in the past 7 months actually resonated with me the most. Oh, I love that. And that's so cool, because it's the seasons of life that you're in, it's going to hit people, the right people, and you just have to know that it's going to be different for everybody, right? Thank you, Stephanie. You love my glasses. Heather, you're a Scorpio too. Oh, 2 Heathers and 2 Scorpios. That is dangerous. Can iPhone users use this? Vanessa, if you're asking about the newsfeed eradicator, it's not for an app. It's just for your desktop, laptop, whatever. Okay, I feel good. I felt like I was so disconnected with you guys. I'm I have to go see their faces. Are they there? Are we okay? Can they hear me? All right, I'm gonna go back to my presentation, and I'm gonna try to get through these, and so then we can go back and do some other Q&As. Oh, where did my thing go? Hold on, here we go. Okay, here we go. 5 tips for social media content. Okay, so where do you come up with? This was a question someone asked. Where do I come up with this social media content, right? How many of you have had a brain fart? You go to your phone, you go to your laptop, and you're like, oh, so-and-so told me I have to post every single day, and I just have nothing to post, right? We've all been there. How many of you have sat with your phone in your hand for like literally an hour or two and edited the crap out of a post like 100 times because you're like, oh, I don't know if she's gonna judge me. It's not what I want to say. Oh my gosh, you guys, I've been there, so you're not alone. 5 years of this, I'm a pro. So let me tell you, number one, you guys, you should be doing personal development every single day. If you own a business, you need to be growing yourself. You need to be a lifelong learner, and personal development is one way to do that. This is probably the easiest place for you to get content. Guys, what are you learning? You're like, where are the aha moments that you're having? And that's kind of number three. Like, what aha moment did you have when you read something? I am sure there is another person, your avatar, your niche or niche, however you say it, right? That needs to hear that same message. And so personal development is literally like my number one resource of content. It's so funny because sometimes I post stuff and people are like, oh, thank you so much for that post. I needed it. And I'm like, girlfriend, so did I. That's why I posted it, because it resonated with me. And I am going to be true to me and my person of who I am. And whether somebody else doesn't like the message or not, or it doesn't resonate with them, like that's okay, right? All right, number two is you've got to, I heard this phrase years ago, pitch to your niche, right? What does the woman or the man or the whoever your person is that you are trying to connect with, what things resonate with them? Do they love cooking? Well, then post about cooking. Are they a mom? Well, then you probably should share mom life type scenarios and situations to where they can connect to it. Are they a nurse and they understand that whole profession? Like, I mean, whatever your niche is, you want to pitch to that person. You want to be posting for that person. So write down characteristics of who that person is and post for that person, right? Number three is aha moments. Like, have you ever, I don't know about you guys, but like my kids say some really funny things and I crack up and I'm like, that's really funny. And I make a list of those things because I'm thinking if I think that's funny, well, my avatar has to think that's funny. Some other mom has to think that's funny. Or that aha moment where maybe you're in your personal development and you're like, oh my gosh, that is so good. Like, that's so good, right? Or maybe it's just something in life that's happened. I don't know. Anytime you have an aha moment or a funny or something around that, you should make a note of it and write it down and then use that content for later. I love number four. All right, objections, you guys. This is one of my absolute favorites. So we're in the world of sales, right? We always are going to get objections. I would love to hear your biggest objections. These are the ones that I hear from the people that I work with. Money, time. You know, we've all heard the money excuse. We've all heard the time excuse. And so what I love to do on social media is basically combat those objections. Now, I don't go and say, so-and-so said they don't have the money, right? So-and-so said they don't have the time. What I like to do is use myself as an example. And I like to say something like, I can remember when I couldn't fill up my tank of gas because I didn't have extra money. I was living paycheck to paycheck. And using that as a story, you know, as an inspiration story, or, you know, we've all heard the whole, you know, I can't afford the products. Well, here's the deal. People spend money on what they value. I used to spend literally like $200 to $300 a month at Starbucks. Well, guess what? I valued Starbucks. And some of you might be like, oh my gosh, right? But I didn't realize every day $5 to $6 was adding up until I stopped and said, wow, I'm spending about $30 a week here, and that's not including George, so that's actually 60 because we would get it every day times 4. I mean, it quickly adds up, the math, like it adds up super fast to where you're spending a lot of money on certain things that you might not even know. And so using yourself as an example to teach others how you've changed your life, how you've changed your mindset. So write down objections when you get them and figure out how you can use yourself as a story and use that on social media. And then number 5, the benefits of your business. And I'm going to challenge you to do something tonight or this week, right? I literally have given this assignment to like several of the women that I work with, and they're like, I just don't know how to like share this or that. Write down as many benefits of your business opportunity that you can think of. And then I want you to write down as many benefits of your products or your services that you can think of. That is what you have to share with people. Not facts about it, but stories around how your business and how your products are benefiting you and how they're benefiting your customers and how they're benefiting your team members. Because this business is all about storytelling, like all about storytelling, which is why I love Facebook over Instagram, because I have more time, more characters it sounds like my kids are like having a party out there. Oh my gosh, hashtag mom life, you guys know. So benefits of your business. All right, we're almost done with these, guys. 5 tips for introverts and shy people. Some people are saying that they're shy or they're introverts. How do I do that? Okay, I heard a great training once by Chalene Johnson about people saying they're shy. And with all due respect, I'm saying this, but she basically just calls people out that says they're shy. And she says, shy is an excuse to like hide yourself and who you are. It's actually, she says, it is actually rude to consider yourself shy. It's rude to be shy, because really shy is just kind of a cover up for lack of confidence. And so I totally get where she's coming from that, because really, there's a difference between shy and introvert, right? There are some people who are introverts who they don't really need to be around people, whereas an extrovert, like they feed off of people's energies. What are you? Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? I want to challenge you that you can be both in this business. I think introverts have a really great opportunity with social media, because you have a chance to talk with people and you don't have to really you don't have to be like in their face, but you can do it basically on your own terms because you have this screen in between you guys. But shy, I want to challenge you. If you consider yourself shy, I really want you to work on your confidence. You can be an introvert and that's totally fine, but I don't want any one of you being shy, because here's the truth. If you are shy, which means you're probably not confident, you are not going to get far in this business. I'm telling you, confidence wins every time in this business. Confidence wins every time in life. Have you ever met somebody who is so confident you just kind of believe every single thing they say just because they believe it? And it might even be something like they tell you the sky is green and you're like, no, it's not. But they keep telling you and they are so confident that it is green. You're like, well, maybe I do see a shade of green there, you know? That's where you have to be so confident in yourself and in your business that you can talk to anybody about it. That does not mean you have to be an extrovert, but you do have to be confident. So personal development, work on yourself so that you know how to communicate with people and how to relay your passion for your products and your business opportunity. Another thing, so I am a certified life coach, which is like, I always tell people, I'm like, listen, you're getting the whole kit and caboodle with me. You're not just going to get like tips on this, but you're going to get some mindset things too. And so I am statements are very powerful. Sit down and write some I am statements, such as I am confident, I am worthy, I am bold, I am a marketing genius, like whatever you want to be. Do some I am statements and then create those and read those to yourself every single day. I have I am statements in my grateful journal, my gratitude journal, that I just do those in conjunction with, I write down 3 things I'm thankful for the day, and then I read my I am statements. And they're things I'm not, but they're things that I want to be. And it's so crazy how those things just start to come to fruition when you start believing. When you start saying, words are powerful, guys. I'm telling you, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. If you start telling yourself that you are certain things and they're good things, your life's going to change and your business will change. Kind of in conjunction with that is positive affirmations, right? Like, go look up affirmations on Pinterest or on Google, and you'll see some examples of affirmations for business people. Start speaking those things into yourself, into your mind, into your heart, and into just who you are. And the more you fill yourself with good things, the more you're going to be confident in who you are and what you have to offer people. And the next one is, listen, the best way to build your confidence is to do scary things. So, for example, I'm going to share with you, I've been going through a crazy life just season, and it was really hard for me to be vulnerable and to like really show my face like for the last 7 months. It was just really hard. I was going through some things, and going live the other day on my personal page was a huge deal for me, which is so crazy because a year ago I would have gone live and not even have batted an eye. But that's kind of how life works, right? It's like a roller coaster. And what happened was I started to just I started to basically like put a wall around me, and I isolated myself. And so the more I isolated myself, the more I got anxious of sharing myself again. And you guys might not know that, like from the outside looking in, right? You might think like I had my whole life together and everything. But it was really a challenge for me to go live the other day, and I just did it. And I watched my video back, and I'm like, oh, I wish I would have said this, and I wish I would have said that. And, you know, all the things, like I critique myself so much, but the fact that I did it was so freeing and so good for my soul that it gave me confidence to do this for you guys, right? So do the scary thing. Whatever it is that you're fearing the most, whether it's going live or making that post about your story or asking that specific person who you know would be a rock star in your business and would be such an asset to your team, go ask them, go do it. The more you do scary things, the more confident you become. And then the last one is share your journey. And I put this here because I want you to know that people don't want to only see the winning end result, right? There's nothing like, you know, I'll say, share this as a mom. Like, you know, sometimes I see people post post baby pictures, and I'm like, she didn't even have that baby. Like, her body is perfect. And I'm just like, well, there's like no fun in that, you know? And that, no, if that was you and you bounce right back, good for you. That is not me. I still have a belly that I'm tucking into my pants, and I still have, you know, I'm working hard at it, like trying to get this weight off and just feel better and look better, get back into my jeans prior to baby. But listen, like, nobody wants to just see you looking perfect in your post baby clothes. Like, they want to see the journey, and they want to see the journey in your business too. They don't want to see you just become a 6-figure earner. No, they need to see the struggle. They need to see the fact that, like, your social media used to stink, or you used to get nervous about whatever. So share your journey. And even though it makes you vulnerable, right? But allow yourself to get vulnerable and share your journey, because people don't just want to see the end result. All right. Let's see. Okay. The next question I had was 5 things that you should do every day to grow your business. So this kind of goes back to that power hour. Number 1, you have to post on social media every day. You guys have to show up to your audience. So I might put my headphones in. I feel like, I mean, I can hear her, so I don't know if you guys can hear her. That's my 2-year-old. She is feisty like her mama. So I say it's always going to serve her well one day, but right now in the terrible twos, I'm like, holy moly, are we going to survive the day? Anyone can relate to that. I can't say give me some love because we're not on Facebook, but I feel like I'm on like a live. Hold on, I'm trying to find my headphones here, which I should have put them in to begin with. But posting on social media, you guys have to show up. If that's where you're growing your business. And if you're not growing your business on social media, which I would venture to say most of you are, hold on. Okay, let me make sure you guys can hear me. I am going to, let me see if I can see the chat. Can you guys hear me? Hold on. I just want to make sure you can hear me. Can you hear me? Thumbs up? Okay, perfect. Okay, screen share one more time. Okay. Maybe. Show up on social media. You have to show up, all right? Okay, the another thing, I see a huge mistake that so many people make is, you know, we're all posting on social media to get the likes, and we're posting on social media to hopefully get the comments. And the number, like the biggest thing we really would love for people to do is share our post. So if you didn't know, Facebook actually weighs the activity and the engagement on your post, and they kind of weigh different things. So a like's kind of like a couple points, right? I'm just giving you like a general analogy of what it is. A comment's worth a little bit more, and then a share is like the ultimate. You want people to share your stuff. So post share-worthy content, guys. But I see people posting and like all they want is this engagement, but then they don't interact with the people who are actually commenting. I actually just saw this the other day. Someone posted about
I forget what it was. I think it was a birthday or something. And, a bunch of people commented, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Right. And then there wasn't any interaction back with the people that said happy birthday. That was a perfect opportunity for this person to like go and engage with the audience and say, hey, thank you so much. That's another great way to shoot a message to somebody's inbox. Hey, thanks so much for wishing me happy birthday. How have you been? So this again all comes back to relationships. So make sure the people who are taking the time to like your post, comment on your post, or share your post, make sure you touch base with them, comment back, like their post, reach out to them, send them a message, because that's another thing Facebook also weighs is Messenger. I always say money is made in Messenger. I think we all think that, somebody posts this awesome post and like all of a sudden they're a millionaire. No, if they're doing their business the right way, like money is actually made in Messenger, because the Messenger is where you actually build relationships with people. Another thing you've got to do every day to grow your business is expand your network. I don't care if that's getting out of your house and going to a networking event and connecting with people there, if it is having online parties, if it's having in-person parties, if it's, there's all different types of business. If it's going to Instagram and finding hashtags and, starting to follow all the people that have that specific hashtag, or going into the interest groups on Facebook and connecting with people. Listen, you're going to run out of your warm market. You are never going to become a super successful network marketer if you only stay within the network that you currently have. So expand your network every single day. The next thing is you need to be bold and invite people to your products and your business opportunity. Don't just expect everyone to come to you, especially if you don't have a large social media presence. Be confident and be bold and invite people to check it out. And my favorite way to do that is to teach people how to do authentic marketing and curiosity marketing. It's something that it's like, I'm going to show you a couple. I just have some team members now and some women who I've worked with who aren't in my company, who are just like blown away by how it actually works. Like people come to you. And so you have to be bold to invite people to the products in the business. And sometimes that's on a public post, sometimes that's in a messenger, but be bold. And then my last one is following up. You guys, you've got to follow up. We all, and I'm guilty of it too, we all lose money because we don't follow up. Okay. And then someone asked, how do you know when to quit? So I just want you to know that I've wanted to quit this industry 1,000 times. And I actually came to the decision that I thought I didn't come to the decision, but I was really searching, and I was praying and praying and praying. And I was like, God, please just give me the sign that I can quit this industry. I wasn't happy in the business that I was in before, but I was really, really successful. And I couldn't wrap my head around why I had all this success, but I wasn't happy. And there were a number of reasons why. And so I thought, the easiest thing would be for God to just be like, quit this business. You're done with the industry. You're done. But he didn't. And here I am. But I want you to know that not all quitting is bad. There's this, the stigma of our culture has just created this idea around quitting is bad. You guys, there are times that you should quit. You should quit things that are bad for you. And I don't know, maybe your business is bad for you. Maybe it's not. But I just need you to know that just because you quit does not mean that you are a quitter, or does not mean that you're a failure, or does not mean that you can't do something else. It just means that wasn't the right thing for you. But here's where I see the biggest mistake, and it's in number 2. People are judging their success, or I should say their lack of success, from literally like not doing the activities that you're supposed to be doing. So it's like you're saying, oh, well, I'm not a 6-figure earner yet, or, oh, I haven't made a paycheck with a comma yet, but you're actually not even doing the work to get that, right? And so I want to encourage you, before you make the decision to quit, track your activity. What are you doing every day? Are you writing it down in your calendar? Are you, do you have a tracking system? Like I've used My Connections Builder. There's a 30-day free trial for that if you guys want to check that out. It's basically like a digital way for you to track your conversations with it's basically a CRM. It's a customer retention, a customer management system. And so track your activity. Do not base your failure off of zero effort or wishy-washy effort, right? Unless you're doing something consistently day in and day out and giving yourself the true chance to see if you're successful, you can't judge whether or not your business, you should be ready to quit or not. The next thing is, are you spending more money than you're making? This is real easy to do when you are like eating up the dream, right? Because, and every business is a little bit different, but are you spending more money than you're making? If that answer is yes, then I would really encourage you to take a step back, stop buying more and try selling more, and see if, you can turn that ship around. The last thing you need to do is go into debt from your business. This industry, that's why this is so awesome, because you really shouldn't have to go into debt here. You should be able to make your money back and get that ball rolling. The next thing I want to ask you is, like, are your expectations realistic? Like, did you see that one person who went from 0 to 6 figures in 3 months and you're like, oh, that needs to be me? Did you see that person who has, like, looks like they went from, rags to riches? I mean, there are those stories, guys. And I actually have been one of those stories myself, but let me tell you, what I found that, what grew so fast also fell really fast. And so I want you to have realistic expectations with yourself and your business before you just say that, oh, you're not good enough or you're not made for this. And then the last thing is, are you happy? Like, do you actually enjoy what you're doing, or do you just want want the success, and you kind of almost have fooled yourself into thinking like this is what you want, right? So ask yourself if you are happy. So I hope that helps with some of those things. I think the next thing is, okay, so let's go back to this. I'm going to stop share for a second. And Barbara, you asked, yes, Stephanie shared it. It's my connections builder. So I would love, does anybody have questions? Does anybody have anything else that wasn't addressed? Was there value in that for you guys? Were there some aha moments that you're like, oh yeah, like, okay, I could do that, or okay, I just need to start doing that? Does anybody have any questions? Feel free to unmute yourself and ask away. And then I do have, because I know, like I said, I have had a lot of people ask me, can you coach me? Like, can you coach me? Do you offer coaching? Do you offer programs? And so here's where I'm at. So I am a life coach who just so happens to be really passionate about business and specifically network marketing too. And so I am opening up a group, a training group where I'm literally, so I have had in my heart and in my head and in my mind. Hold on, let me go ahead and mute whatever that one is. Hard. Sorry guys, if you want to unmute yourselves in a sec, I'll let you. That wasn't fair. I said, unmute yourself. And then I'm like, no, wait, I'm talking still. But I am going to talk about the coaching program that I'm opening up tonight. I've already had somebody sign up for it. She was like, I cannot get on your call, but I have to be one of the first people to get this. And so she's already signed up, but I want to share that too. So if you are interested in that, stick around. But I want to answer any other questions that you guys might have as well. Does anybody have anything? Go ahead. You can unmute yourself. I'm going to take a drink. Aslan says that she feels like she's not good at writing and struggles with posts, even if it's something you're passionate about. Well, first of all, I've seen your post. I actually think your posts are pretty good. I think that, and again, it's about storytelling. So that's part of the coaching program that I am going to have. A whole week is going to be dedicated to storytelling, because storytelling is really important. If you're not a good storyteller, you're probably not going to do well in this business. As I think you actually have really good posts, but I think there's always ways that we can tweak them and do better and like figure out how to like either get to the point quicker or know what to say, how to say it. But it's all about storytelling. And so that is really important to be able to be a storyteller. And it's not just your own story. You have to be able to tell other people's success stories too, because guess what? Someone might not relate to you as much as they relate to one of your customers or one of your team members. And so it's really great to be able to share stories about them too. Yes, Tiffany, this one is completely different from, this is specifically network marketing. This whole training is network marketing. So I did do like life coaching slash business coaching program. I started in the summer in June. And that was definitely more of like life coaching along with business, but it wasn't very specific about network marketing. And it wasn't even, there was only 1 week out of the month where we did actual like hands-on things for business, right? And so this one is literally like, so this is why this program is special. anyone a hands-on learner, like you are the person, you have to do it. So some people are auditory, some people are visual. I am kinesthetic, gotta do it, gotta get down and dirty with it. I have so much content up here that like I have to get it out. And the best way that I can get it out is to do it with people. And so this is like, basically I'm going to be having different modules that people can invest in down the road. But this training that I'm going to be offering is literally going to give you like everything at once, so that then I can dissect it and then like create courses that people can do on their own time. So it's going to be very different, Tiffany, if that makes sense. How do you get traction on your business posts and product posts? So a lot of that is interacting with people, going to their networks, right? So like, again, we always want people to comment on our stuff, but are we commenting and interacting and showing any interest in other people's lives? So you definitely have to do that in order to get what Facebook calls affinity. So it's basically like Facebook says, okay, this person over here commented on this person's post. Oh, do you guys notice that like your same friends keep showing up in your newsfeed? Well, there's a reason for that, because Facebook says, oh, she likes her. Oh, and no, she commented back on her. She likes her too. So there's a connection there and you have affinity with that person. The problem is half of you have zero affinity with half the people on your Facebook pages. And Facebook isn't going to show them your stuff because there's no like red flag, white flashing light saying she likes her and she likes her, like show her your stuff, right? So if you go and interact with the other person's stuff, liking, commenting, and messaging, remember those things that Facebook weighs, right? Those things, you want Facebook to be alerted that you like their stuff. So the next time that you post a post that you want them to see, oh, well, you guys were just interacting. So Facebook's going to say, oh, well, yeah, she probably wants to see her post too, because she wants to know what she's doing today. And it shows up in the newsfeed. That should be one of your daily activities, is to interact with people on their social media. So Brooke, you're curious to know what sets us apart from other group coaching that you've done. I'm going to show you that in just a second. Bethany, how do you overcome the fear of going public on social media? It gives you anxiety. I'm going to tell you how. Do it. Just do it. Be willing to look kind of silly, to sound kind of silly, to feel like, oh my gosh, I should have said that, whatever. I could do a training around like Facebook Live. Like, how do you do that? There's tons of training on Facebook Live. You could even just Google that or put it in YouTube. There's so many things. My tips are: have an intro. I have it actually written right here so that when I go live, I don't forget. Have an intro. Ask a question to engage your audience. Here's my notes. You guys, like I have to remind myself of these things too. Have 3 to 10 bullet points of what you're going to talk about. Have a call to action within your video, and thank your audience for watching. So those are the 5 things. Intro, ask a question to engage them, to kind of let them know like what you're going to be talking about. Have 3 to 10 bullet points about whatever you are talking about. Have a call to action at the end of what they need to do, and thank your audience for watching. And if you have like a group that you want to funnel them into, invite them into the group. So a lot of the times when I go live, I will invite people into my Boss Babes with God-Sized Dreams group, because I want entrepreneurs to get in there, right? When I had a makeup and cosmetic business, I would go live and I would, I could put people into that group, right? So depending on what your business looks like. Yeah, Bethany, I know, like you're so personable. I would think you would like rock a live. Totally. So my tip is just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Haslin, how do you break out your power hours? You get caught in the trap of interacting and commenting on people's posts too much. So you literally need to time block. Set your phone. Say, I'm going to do for 10 minutes or for 5 minutes, I'm going to do this activity. And it literally, guys, it is a discipline, because we are so used to reacting, right? You can't be reacting all the time. You have to be intentional with what you're doing. And so whether you need to have time set within your power hour that you're commenting on people's stuff, right? Listen, what I do is I make a post. I'll just tell you what I do in the morning. If you guys don't notice, I post around 9 o'clock in the morning because I figured out that that's when my audience, it's either 9 in the morning or around 9 at night. Go look at my post. You'll see it's roughly around there. Of course, there's those other days, but I will post. And there's a tip too, is interact with some people's pages before you post so that then it starts getting Facebook saying like, oh, she's alive, she's awake, and oh, they need to see this too, right? So maybe that prospect that you like have, that you've talked a little bit about the business, you're getting ready to post that really good post about your business opportunity, go interact with their page, like it, comment, right? And then Facebook's gonna be like, oh, okay, they're talking, right? Or they're interacting. So I post, and then I hang with my phone for just a few minutes until I get some comments coming in, some likes coming in. Because the more Facebook knows that that post had interaction, the more Facebook's going to say, oh, this is interesting. People actually want to see this. And it starts getting into people's news feeds. And so I always like the comments, and I try to interact with the first few, right? And then I put my phone away. You guys, I used to be a slave to this, and I am not anymore. And you've got to get to that place where you're very intentional. And I also want you guys to know you still could make a very successful business just in Messenger. Why? Just like how people who do old school network marketing still are successful with in-person, this all comes back to connecting with people and building relationship with them. People do business with people they like, know, and trust. Now, I think that just social media is an easier way to do that. What else? How do you approach retailers to carry your product? So, Crystal, I was not a big person on that, but there are some trainings around that. Because I've had so much success online, it would take me more time to go to a retailer and like figure out that whole strategy than it does for me just to sell online and, to get more people. So I'm just not an expert in that area, and I'm not going to pretend like I am. But I do have some people who have done that before and have been really successful. Barbara, you got my live. Well, let me get into the program. If you guys have no other questions, so I can just tell you what it is. And so you can see, and if you want to join, would love, love, love to have you. I am keeping this kind of small because I do want an intimacy in this group. Like I really don't want 100 people in there, because then I can't really help you, because my goal for this is to have it a way that I can give you as much value as possible over a 6-week period. Literally, like, you're going to be drinking information out of a fire hose. Like, just imagine like that's going to come at you every day. I'm already like kind of figuring out the formula. If I'm going to go live every day, but there's going to be so much content for you to take that you're going to have so much stuff to do that you're going to start working with it over time. And I love to be more connected with people, like one-on-one. I do have a one-on-one coaching program as well, but that's like something else. And so I do that a little bit more life coaching-ish. And I know this is way more budget friendly than doing my my one-on-one coaching. So here goes. I'm going to share the screen again because I did make a fun little presentation for you guys. All right. So here's what the program is going to be about. So it's called Basic to Boss Bootcamp. And that little authenticity marketing should not be there because it was over here. Oh my gosh, how's it going back? Hold on. Okay. So you're going to get 6 weeks of content. The first one is to think like a boss. I want to help you identify your strengths, build your confidence. I'm going to give you some mindset coaching. We're going to do some goal setting, and I am going to help you realize how worthy you are of your business success. Listen, all these other modules that we're going to go through will mean absolutely nothing if your mind is not in the right place. And so that's why I absolutely love life coaching, because it's all a mindset thing. And if your mind's not in the right place, it doesn't matter how many strategies you have. It doesn't matter how many tips, how much, information you are getting from somebody. If your mind's not in the right place to actually implement it and to feel like it's worth your time and your energy and to face your fears, it doesn't really matter. So the first week is going to be really focused on identifying your strengths, building your confidence, mindset coaching, goal setting, and worthiness. We're going to set the stage for the rest of our time together. And we're going to get really vulnerable. And I'm going to ask you questions that are going to help you really dig deep into who you are and why you want your business to succeed. All right, the next week is going to be all about branding and authenticity marketing. This literally could probably be like a month-long course. I'm going to help you identify your niche, learning how to speak to your ideal client and your ideal business partners, and who you're talking to, what you're posting about, when you're posting, how you're posting. So this is like a very, very huge week, right? Because this is everything. Because what I find is most people are talking to everybody and you're not talking to your specific person. And I guarantee you, if I were to go through and ask all of you what resonates with you to be on this call with me, because something resonated, right? It's something in my branding and who I am and what I have identified myself as on social media has connected with you in some way. That's why you're on this call, or that's why you'll join the program, right? If you don't connect with me, well, then you're probably not going to want to follow me, right? And so I want to help you find your tribe through being you, branding yourself, not your company. That's the other thing that I see so much in this industry. People are branding their company and not branding themselves. Kind of goes to that, like what I said earlier in the call, is my favorite thing to do is to help true entrepreneurs, like, okay, get your business stable here. And this, but let's talk about like your other heart's desires, and let's see how we can build upon that. What other kind of businesses, what other kind of dreams do you want to do as an extension of your own brand? All right, this has to go back to what Aslan said, how to tell your story. If you are not a good storyteller, you are never going to be successful. And that's just your story, and then it's really also how to tell other stories. So identifying your story. I know there's some people right here on this call right now thinking, I don't have a story. And I promise you, you have a story. You have hundreds of stories. If you are alive and you are at least in your 20s, probably being on this call, you have stories. And learning how to tell those stories is what's going to connect you with people. Through your stories, I'm going to help you discover your bigger purpose. Listen, your products are awesome. Your business opportunity is awesome. But your stories are truly what I think is tied to your bigger purpose in life. How you're going to inspire other people and you're going to make an income while making an impact, right? And that's where the magic happens in this business. That is where you can see people taking their business to the next level. Most people play it safe and kind of keep it small, but if you're really looking to take your business to that basic, to like a total boss, you need to learn how to tell your story and how to inspire people, how to make an income while making an impact. And I mean a big income. Recruiting. We could do I could literally do a whole month on this. And I will be breaking all of these trainings into like bigger modules that can be purchased by future customers. But like literally guys, like I said, my plan is to give you as much as possible within these next 6 weeks. And then basically myself go back and dissect everything. So who should you be recruiting? Because you should not be recruiting everybody. How should you be recruiting them? Because you should not be spamming people in their inbox and annoying them. I will give you scripts out the wazoo for you to use that work well for me to move people along. There is nothing worse than someone saying they're interested, you share, and then nothing ever happens. I want to help you avoid that and to really value your time so that you're moving people along. And then I also want to teach you how I've been able to utilize events for recruiting to really help myself and my team boost our team members. So we are the fastest growing team in our entire company. And I mean, recruiting is my absolute favorite thing because I love sharing this opportunity with people. And if you want to build a large network marketing business, like a big empire, you're going to need to learn to recruit. And so I want to help people get over their fears and really figure out who you should be recruiting, how you should recruit them, scripts on what to say, and how to just do some other fun things that can really help you get people looking at you and asking you, hey, what do you do? Hey, I want to do what you do. And then that boss schedule, like what does that look like? Because listen, what I used to do looks different than what I do now. And I want to give you kind of both ends of that spectrum, depending on where you are in your business. But what activities you should be doing, content calendars. I have, 3 months worth of content calendar that I can give you so that you can actually plug it into your business. I want to help you really up level your business and stop playing around on social media. Like, you cannot be just playing around, scrolling through Instagram. Like, you need to be doing things that are actually going to make you money. And then I'm going to throw in a bonus week because I've had some people request, hey, can you do a leadership training? Can you do something around like leadership and how do you actually run a multi-million-dollar organization? Listen, if you can't run $100 organization on your own, you cannot run a $10 million organization. And so I want to really teach you guys leadership skills, because if you don't act like the leader now, you're not going to be a leader in a year from now, 5 years from now, whatever, 10 years from now. All right, so you're probably like, okay, how much does it cost, right? That's what everyone wants to know. So each one of these courses, as I build them out, are going to be individually, roughly, I don't know the exact number, but typically I have a couple of them priced out already. They'll be around $297. So you're going to be getting all of these courses in one, jam-packed with information, jam-packed with actual things that you can do. I'm not just going to like tell you, I want to give you like things that you can start implementing into your business that day, that week. I want to see a change from day one of the program to the last day of the program. You'll also get access to our exclusive group where you can ask questions. Listen, my inbox is full every day from questions from network marketers. Hey, can you tell me how to do this? Can you tell me how to do that? Listen, I can't answer those questions. Like, I have a team that I'm building. I have my own business that I'm building, and I have 2 other businesses. But I am going to provide you specifically value within the VIP group, specifically so that I can help you and we can work through some of your questions and whatever else you have going on. So I just want to show you some feedback from some people who I've worked with specifically in the past, just to show you if you implement what I tell you, your business will change. So one of them says, this is my first experience with monthly challenges and I almost can't keep up with the amount of interest coming at me from one post. I've never had this problem before, and thank you for providing a system with so much support and excitement. I will share the exact same systems, the exact same thing that I use with my team now that you can implement with your business so that you can have people coming to you and you can see, you can really start to have engagement. Another one says, thank you for all of your help. You have been so inspiring. Just this week, I've received new messages and an order from my personal page not sharing my products. Wish I would have understood attraction marketing a long time ago. So I want to show you how you can be yourself and not have to spam your page and be that weird social marketer who is just annoying and everybody wants to like run away. One of my girls just said this recently. She says, by the way, amazing and effective strategy, HSB. Thank you so much. So she specifically has been getting a lot of people inviting her to their business. How many of you get people who invite you to their business opportunity? Well, I gave her my personal strategy as to how I respond to people who invite me to their business. And she's actually recruited somebody from, like, they're now looking at her business opportunity because they tried to recruit her. So there's that little tidbit. When you prospect and you were not expecting someone to say yes to look at the business opportunity, still over here like, OMG. So those are the kinds of messages, like, and the kinds of posts that I want to see in our group specifically. Like, I want you guys to be experiencing these same things. Hey, I just wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you. This business is incredible. For the first time ever, people are coming to me. I'm getting 15 to 20 people asking me about the products, what I'm doing, and I'm already working on my first business partner. My mind is blown. And then one of the people I've been working with says, this is my first promotion ever in any business. I am so excited. So just some of the things that I get to see and why I love this business and what we do. So, all right. So you're asking like, okay, Heather, what is it? How do we do this? All right. So you're going to get everything. You're going to get Think Like a Boss, branding and authenticity marketing, how to sell your story, recruiting, boss schedule and accountability. And for the first 10 people, so I do one-on-one coaching, and that's one-on-one, a 1-hour session with me is $250. But for the first 10 people to sign up for this program, you're going to get a free one-on-one coaching call with me. So the whole program, it's a 6-week program. It's $497. And then the first 10 people will actually get a one-on-one coaching call with me as well. And I already have one of those spots taken away already because she signed up before the call. With that being said, if you want to sign up, the link is bit.ly/basic to boss. And you can reserve your spot. So I'm going to drop that link in the comments, and I'm going to come back to you guys. If you guys have any questions, you can certainly ask me there. But I am so pumped about this program specifically. I have never done something where I literally am going to pour my heart and soul for 6 weeks into tons of content. And I can also promise you this, you're going to get more than that. Like if you guys end up asking me questions that aren't specifically in this like category of 1 through 5, and then the leadership, like I'm going to pour into you and help whatever that is. So let me drop, when will it start? Good question. So I am going to, originally I wanted to start it in the beginning of March. I am planning on it starting March 24th, that week. And it'll be a Monday through Friday. And then you can catch up on the weekends on things. So March 24th, that is when I'm planning to start. And when we're sold out, we're sold out. I am capping it as of right now, I'm capping it at 20. And then again, those first 10 people get that one-on-one coaching call with me. And if you guys don't want to do the program, and you want a one-on-one coaching call with me, you certainly can set that up too. I can do that just on the back end there. Okay, so let me see. Let me just go back to some of these questions here. Heather, you're interested, you want to do this. I have to go now, bad headache. Oh my gosh, I hope you feel better, Barbara. I don't know if you're still on here. I'll message you. Bethany, who is allowed to be shared? Are we allowed to take what we learn and share with our team? 1,000% yes. You take the content that I am showing you and you train your team. Yes, absolutely. I would love that. Now, you can't like add your team to the group, but the resources, yes, absolutely. That's part of it, right? I want you to be able to do that. The address is not working? No way. I tried it today. It's working. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. I signed up for it myself. Maybe you typed it in wrong, or maybe you didn't, and maybe it's my fault. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. bit.ly/. Okay, here it is. It's working. Hold on. Let me find you guys again. Oh no, where'd you guys go? I don't see you guys. Don't tell me I exited out of there. I couldn't have, or it would have stopped. Where is my thing? Oh my gosh, where? Oh, here. Oh, why is it? It's like way down on my computer screen. I can't even see you guys.
I don't know if you have sound, but we can still hear you.
Okay, yes. Okay, good. We're here. Here.
I just tried the website too, and I couldn't get it to work.
Maybe I put the wrong thing in. I just put it here. Hold on. Let me put it to all of you guys. Everyone. Okay. Brooke, I just sent you a private message. Okay, good. There's the link right there. I don't know why that wasn't working. Okay, so there's the link. So any questions and any other Q&As that you want to ask right now, like go for it. Anything else? I'm like so parched. I just talked for like an hour and 20 minutes. You guys are troopers for staying on. Like literally when I say I could talk about this all day long, like I really could. Casey, you won't be live with me every Monday through Friday, but I will be going live a lot, and we will have live calls where it's kind of that mastermind. We'll probably do that once a week, the live mastermind calls where everybody can get on live. Now, here's the deal. I understand everybody's got different time zones. Like I can't change that, right? So that's the only thing with like trying to figure it out. We'll see kind of an overview of like where people are. But for the most part, that'll probably be once a week, and then we can try to figure that out. Yeah, exactly, Casey. You can do it when it's convenient. So, and everything will be in a group, in the Facebook group, all the like worksheets that you'll get, all the videos, like everything. And you will be, you'll have life access to that. And I can tell you, I won't do one of these again because I'll be breaking these up into chunks, and I won't, like, it won't be the same way. I did record this video, Anna. Yes, I did. I'm recording it right now. Well, if you guys, when will you notify the first 10 people, and when does it start? It starts on the 24th. We're gonna stick to that date unless for some reason something comes up. But my goal is the 24th to have it start. And when I notify the first 10 people, I can definitely keep you guys posted. I could probably go look at it now, and there's probably some spots taken already. I could message you and say, and then I've also thought about, like, if you sign up and you're like the 11th person and you're like dying, I can figure out possibly something for the rest of you. If you want a one-on-one coaching call, discounting like what my normal $250 like hourly coaching call is. No problem, Barbara. Is this different content than what you give? Yeah, Brooke, I will message you for sure. And so I will post this video into Boss Babes group. And we can go from there. If you really want to do this, you gave yourself $400 limit. You need to pray. Pray, girlfriend. I know. Listen, you guys, investing in yourself, whether it's my course or not, that's irrelevant, but like investing in yourself is the best thing. I have invested, I didn't in the very beginning of my business ever invest in myself. Like I never invested. I hired a coach in 2017. Best thing I could have ever done for myself. And then through 2018, she kind of went for me, and I just hired a new coach about 4 weeks ago. And you guys, everybody needs a coach. Like everybody needs somebody to help them. And so whether that's group, whether that's one-on-one, whatever, you guys owe it to yourself. It's 6 weeks, Barbara. It's a 6-week course.
Hey,
Literally.
Heather, I have a question.
Yes.
So I'm kind of still new to the new business. Do you feel like this would be too much of a distraction of getting just the hang of the new business, or do you think it would just like amplify it even more and help me start more?
I think everything that I'm going to give you is stuff that you can apply to your business like that day, that week. Yeah. So, and really guys, so much of it is just doing it, getting better at it, and then just continuing to do it, and that consistency thing, right? But it's like laying that foundation of how you're supposed to do it, and then just getting better at it, and then being more bold about it, talking to more people about it, right? So yeah, I absolutely think no matter if you're new in the industry or you have been doing it for a while, what I'm going to teach you and what I'm going to share with you will absolutely help you. Will definitely help you. The format, Barbara, what do you mean by that? Just like how the course, so it's 6 weeks. I went through the content of like what it is, and then it'll be between live videos, between mastermind videos with the group, as well as like worksheets and hands-on like things that you can actually start doing within your business. Yeah. Does that answer your question? I hope your migraine goes away. So some of the lives will just be me teaching, but then yes, once a week we'll have like a group together that you guys can get together and we can do it. Again, we're gonna have to like figure out the day to do that, right? Because everybody's different time zones. If it has to be Saturday, I don't know, maybe I will for 6 weeks go against normally I typically shut off Fridays and don't work Saturdays and Sundays. But for this group, again, like I just want to pour into as much as I can. I might do that. I haven't decided the exact, you guys, I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl. But we'll figure it out. We'll take a poll once we get everybody in the group and like what's going to make the most sense. The one thing I will not do is work on Sundays. I can't do it, but I could probably do Saturdays. And you see personalities who like need all of the facts. I might drive you a little crazy if you like, because I am a fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl. Oh yes, I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much for spending the evening with me. I hope, even if you don't join the coaching group, like I hope you found value here. I hope you can take something that you learned tonight and apply it to your business and propel it to the next level. So I wish all of you nothing but crazy God-sized dream success. You guys can do anything you put your mind to. You just got to do it. So I love you all so much. Thank you so much. If you have team members too that you think you want to do this with, or that you would find value in doing this together, you're welcome to share as well with them. I will post the link for you guys to have the replay. And I hope to see you guys all in Boss Babes and on Facebook, because you know I'm not that great at Instagram, although I do a little bit there. So, all right, guys, have a good night. I'll talk to you guys soon.